welcome to game number 1 of this best out of 3 for Mouz Sports versus No Tidehunter for the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League. And this is a match in the losers bracket. Let's just quickly show you why this is a match in the losers bracket. Well, here we go. We have got Mouz Sports. They got dropped down to the losers bracket at first by Empire, with No Tidehunter first beating Liquid, but then still getting dropped down by Virtus Pro. And then we jump ourselves to the losers bracket, where we see that No Tidehunter is indeed up against Mouz, because, you know, that's this match. And Mouz Sports versus Rox KS. By the way, I mean, we saw that one on Tuesday, and there was actually in Game 3, Rox forfeited early, because they were forced to play in the EMS Cup, or EMS group stages, I should say. And Mouz Sports therefore got the def win for game number 3, but the game 3 in the end got still played out. There was a load, the last bit of the match got played out, and it is actually official that Mouz Sports actually won that game 3 as well. So they legitimately, without a def win, make it through to the next round of the losers bracket. We're gonna see which one of these two teams is gonna be playing up against either Liquid or, you know, whoever loses from Empire versus Dignitas, which will be played later today. Anyways, let's jump ourselves into the draft, because the teams have got less bonus time, so we're gonna see a bit faster draft. As you can see, none of the teams have used any bonus time yet, but they only got 40 seconds left. That's because this match started a bit later than expected, and that's, you know, the penalty that they get. If you wait too long, you have no bonus time left, and the next penalty would be that you get a def loss for game number 1. Anyways, and we're gonna be having a Bet, a Nyx, a Coddle. No Coddle. Wow, we're gonna be having Phantom Lancer and a Wisp being banned out. I figured I'd, you know, go through the normal list, but the Coddle therefore first pick for Mouz Sports. So no surprise for that one. They also pick up the Nature's Prophet and a Life Stealer, so having a very aggressive combination already in that. And by the way, Mouz Sports actually playing with their full lineup. No Tidehunter is playing with one of the supports. It's gonna be Smugulik, also a Swede that is standing in for EGM right now. As I did say, I mean, this game is at 3 PM in the afternoon, and you know, most of these players, basically all of these players, for them this is not their full-time job or anything like that. So they have studies and work and school and you know whatnot. So that is why, well, that is also why this game is probably not cast by anything else, because all the other casters actually have got stuff to do. Luckily for you, I don't have anything to do at this moment. Oh well. We're gonna have a Magnus and a Lone Druid and a Chen picked up by No Tidehunter. I think they're gonna be very happy with this, because they already have secured 3 signature heroes. And this is gonna be a tough one for Mouz Sports to take, because S4's Magnus, Bulldog's Lone Druid, and Aki's Chen, they're all quite known for this, for these heroes. So it's quite a tough one for Mouz Sports to take on. Let's see how they're gonna be dealing with it, though. I mean, fighting fire with fire, going for aggression for themselves. We know that Black likes to play that Life Stealer. Could be working out for them, as we have No Tidehunter banning out the Leshrek as well as the Puck. Leshrek, a hero that gets combined up with the Life Stealer very often, and I mean, a Keeper of Light and a Life Stealer are okay on a dual lane, but not really ideal. Keeper of Light is not really a good babysitter, because, you know, he doesn't have a stun, he can't really save his teammate apart from just harassing people away with the Illuminate, so we kind of need something with the stun still, and that's why a Leshrek or something like that would be nice. But that's also why a Rubik is nice, because he actually has got an ability to save his teammates, and moreover he can steal the RP, and that's going to be very handy if he can actually do that, as we're going to have a Luna, Shadow Demon, and a Faceless Void banned out by Mouz Sports. And No Tide, after banning out the Leshrek, they ban out some solo mids that S4 doesn't want to be playing against, with the Puck and the Queen of Pain out of the pool. And it's going to be Mouz Sports' last pick. That's probably going to determine which hero they're going to be having there. And we still actually have the Storm Spirit in the pool. And now that's not really a hero that Mouz Sports normally plays. But if they want to go really aggressive, Life Stealer and Nature's Prophet and a Storm Spirit, I mean, the global presence potential is really big then. And you also have got, like, if Keeper of Light is by himself, he can recall the Rubik towards him, Nature's Prophet can TP with the Life Stealer infested in him, and the Storm can bolt lightning towards that, and then all of a sudden you have 5 heroes there. So very mobile team if they would do that, but we'll see. For No Tidehunter, they are still needing supports and one off-laner. Well, a carry actually. Loda doesn't have anything to play yet, if we're going to assume Bulldog on the Lone Druid with S4 on the Magnus. So Loda doesn't have anything just yet. Basically one lane yet to be filled, one for Smugulik and one for Loda. Let's see what they're going to be going for. Windrunner is going to be the first one.
Mouz Sports.
And we're probably going to see Smugulik playing that. We know that EGM likes to play Windrunner as a support, or that No Tidehunter in general likes to play Windrunner as a support hero. So we're going to see what they're going to be doing with that. And if that's actually gonna be the case, I mean, the trick is when you have these kind of signature heroes, like there's of course, I mean, there's two sides to it, and there's still the Storm Spirit, but there's two things to it. Your opponent knows what you're gonna be doing because you did it zillions of times. That's why it's your signature heroes. Everybody knows that you can play it. Everybody knows how you do it. But at the same time, that is also could be. I don't think it is gonna be in this case, but it could be one of those, you know, things like No Tidehunter are gonna be surprising Mousesports with turning it completely around, because now they know that Mousesports is expecting a certain kind of play from No Tide, and if they then change it around, might be going for a good surprise element. Even though, you know, that's probably not gonna happen, but we'll see. It is a possibility, and I would kind of like seeing that, but you know. Okay, well, we'll see. I don't think that's gonna happen, especially not with the gyro gonna be picked up, because Loda will be playing that one most likely. And we are done with the draft. That's that. We will be jumping ourselves into the match real soon. And yeah, like I said, the Storm Spirit, I mean, that was really a kind of expected hero for Mousesports. And I have to say, I think both teams are okay with their heroes that they picked up. I think Mousesports' lineup is very strong, and the only reason I'm thinking No Tidehunter has got the upper hand is purely because of their signature hero potential, and we know what they can do with that, and that's, you know, it's no joke. It's no joke. But for Mousesports, I mean, if they can get their thing working, that will be dangerous for No Tidehunter as well. I mean, the potential that Mousesports has to split push, to gank, to initiate is a lot bigger than No Tidehunter's is, purely because of abilities. Even though, of course, I mean, you can buy items to get your initiation good, and of course I'm talking about the Magnus. His score is there, but I mean, you're gonna get telekinesis when you score in your vortex or anything like that, and you want to have your blink dagger, so you're a bit item reliant in that case. But we're gonna see how it's gonna be working out. Let's see who's gonna be playing what, as we do have a pause. We're waiting for one of Mousesports to reconnect back in. We've got Loda playing the gyrocopter. No surprise to see Bulldog on his lone druid. Smooguluk on the Windrunner. S4 playing his Magnus, and Aki on the Chen. Smooguluk, as I said, standing in for EGM, who can't make it for this match today, or at least, well, maybe he's gonna be joining us for later matches, as this is a best out of 3 and this is only game number 1. But we'll find out. Oh, that's what he's doing. I was thinking, what's the lone druid doing? But he's actually in the middle of summoning his bear. That's kind of funny. Anyways, I know better. Well, some friendly conversations going on in the chat. We have got Quickfat playing the Nature's Prophet, Pass on the Rubik, Alex on the Keeper of Light, Black will play the Lifestealer, and then of course you have the Storm Spirit left to play for Fada, who is the one that is disconnected us this time. We're probably gonna see Black on the safe lane, even though we have actually, like, I'm gonna expect it's on the safe lane, but Mousesports has surprised us by having actually Lifestealer farming, Lifestealer trying to get experience on the suicide lane. But we'll find out, I guess. I don't think that's gonna happen. I just want to point out every scenario, as these teams are, you know, like I said, the thing is with the standard things that people do, and you know, you're kind of predictable, and I want to see teams break that predictability by just doing something completely random, and we know that they have done that before. It's just a question if they want to do it this game. I mean, there is quite a lot at stake. I mean, this is a losers bracket game. It is going to be your only chance to still go through. By the way, for all the people wondering, this of course is, I mean, I showed you the brackets earlier on. Let's just show it again, as I see that some people have joined since I started the cast. Like, we're almost there. Well, we have a couple more matches to be played, as we have the winners bracket finals still to be played, and for the losers bracket we still of course have got most matches to be played, but the finals is actually scheduled for coming Sunday, so that means that we're going to have a lot of good best out of 3s coming our way. So make sure you tune in, as there's no further matches scheduled apart from Empire vs Dignitas. As you can see here, that's the winners bracket game. Empire vs Dignitas is scheduled for today at 18:30, so 6:30 CT time. It's in 3.5 hours. Actually, by now it's in 3 hours. So and that's gonna be that. We have got a reconnector, so let's jump ourselves back into the match. And by the way, if you want to know more about the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League, you can check out, of course, the coverage pages on both Join Dota and Ghost of Gamers, as I'm sure you know where to find that. But we have got the on pause, and Fada indeed joining the match on the Storm Spirit. Let's see where everybody's gonna go. If we're gonna see any surprises, I don't think we are. Bulldog on the suicide lane. It's gonna be all 4 heroes on the top lane, but we'll see S4 roam middle as he's gonna go for a fast battle already. Jen will be on the jungle, semi-safe tri lane for Loda to farm in, and I actually think that Mousesports is, for now, is gonna leave their top lane entirely open to just have Koikfa in that jungle, mostly. Maybe trying to get some experience, but it's pretty difficult to do. Now the upside for him is that the only real disable that No Tide Hunter has on the top lane is gonna be Chen if he picks up a troll or something like that. And a Shackle, which is not gonna be spec yet probably by Smagulik, and a homing missile, so you can predict for that one. So it is basically, it is a fairly okay lane to try and gain some experience, but if he is caught out of position and they do shut him down or get him stunned, then there's going to be too much to deal with, and he's not that fast of a hero, so he's probably going to be, if he's finding he has trouble, he's going to be going to the jungle. And of course, Nature's Prophet, a hero that can actually do that. Just like Bulldog will be able to, if he gets shut down on this bottom lane. We do, of course, have a Life Stealer that's got a rage. He will be very safe. Bulldog will be the one to try and pull the creep wave away, as Pass is going to try to prevent that, maybe with his Rubik. I mean, the initiation power of Mousesports on the bottom lane, you've got the telekinesis, and then there's going to be an open wounds and an illuminate flying through. It's definitely not bad, but since it is a lone druid, who is fairly tanky, he probably won't die from that. So Admiral Bulldog can actually stick around here on this bottom lane, and he is, I mean, we've seen him done that before. Ooh, dog. I don't know if you can hear that actually. There's a dog outside. I didn't barking. Anyways, Loda gonna be going for. I mean, this is just how safe he feels on a safe trial. I picked up a race band first and just three tangos. One tango set. The regen rune. Regeneration. The most useless rune at minute 0. Well, I guess that's how you put it into perspective. I guess sometimes it's very handy if there is a level 1 skirmish going on in someone's forest. Though both of these teams are playing very safe, not wanting to try and go for something early on. To be fair, they wouldn't have found each other anyway, because both, well, the other one would have played safe anyways. Anyways, this is probably going to be the most interesting lineup matchup. For now, we have got, of course, S4. He's got an escape with the skewer. I really don't know how to pronounce it any other way, so, you know, tough luck for you. As we're going to be seeing Fada, the hero with a Storm Spirit that doesn't have an escape. He's going to be okay when he's level 6. But at the same time, the kill potential for S4 isn't there yet either. It really depends on how much he can harass Fada. We're going to be seeing how that's going to go. But so far, I don't think anybody of these two should be dying. If I'm talking about heroes that die... Oh, nice. Bulldog waiting for true creep waves by the looks of it. Or 2.5, 1.5. And is going to be getting a lot of creeps towards his tower. And is therefore going to be getting a lot of experience for that one. And going to be forcing Black also to work up to that one. As we have got a smoke up for Aki. He's got himself a troll with him as well. As I just said, Storm Spirit, a hero that doesn't have an escape yet until level 6. They might be able to get something done here if Fada just overextends a bit and just goes a bit towards the far end of the river. There they go. He sees it. Is there going to be a net? Yes, there is, but it's still in tower range. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. No time for S4 to get behind him and to try and go for that. Ooh. Whoa, S4! Woo! That's going to be painful. 28 HP left, and he doesn't have a bottle charge left. He has to wait for the 2-minute rune. Has to get lucky. Something for Fada to not be able to get, because Aki is going to be helping him out, unless it's going to be bottom. So he's just going to be sent home with Rune on the bottom lane Mousesports, with Illusion guarding it for the Storm Spirit, perhaps? Even though he doesn't have a bottle yet. And the Keeper of Light will actually pick it up to harass the bear a bit. In the meantime, Koikfa, he's got himself a bit of experience. He's level 2, but the push comes on. Not even with the Chen, even without the Chen Shackle, does it last? Rock Barrage is going to be deflected a bit by the Treants that are chasing him down as well, and that's going to be Koikfa's savior there. His own creeps helping him out. And the Flecken is so annoying to harass with, it's really, really painful. But it's going to be, no time, so it's already laying down the pressure here quite hard. With Koikfa just trying to pull the creep wave back if he can, but he just needs to hit it one more time. Come on. And without risk of his own life. Oh, that's so annoying. Anyways, in the meantime, Bulldog, he is fine. Like, we can compare him to Koikfa on the top lane, but he is not dying yet. His bear is doing fine, and he is, I don't think he's in any risk of dying, as we have got Fada 17 for 4. able to get a bit more last hits when S4 went to go back to base because he was almost dead. He's only got 12 for 0, so Fada pulling up ahead in this middle of encounter, as we have got Black on 16 for 5, with Loda on 21 for 3, so Loda being ahead there on the last hits. Not by that much though. Quite surprising also, since Black, I mean, he has got free farm basically, but this is just a result of having that bear pull the creep wave back. He can't really last hit behind the tower of no Tidehunter. That's, you know, a bit too risky. Then it wouldn't be called a safe lane anymore if he continued to do that. But yeah, he is gonna be a bit behind. But we know Black. He is probably going to be going for a Hand of Midas, and he'll be pulling up ahead, even though he goes for boots first. So it remains to be seen if he actually wants to go for that route, or if he just wants to go for the armlet build. Well, of course he's going to go for an armlet regardless, but it really depends on at what order he wants to do it, as lately we've been seeing a lot of phase boots drums before going for the armlet as well. The bear getting some open moves that really want to take it down. Illuminate will fly through and actually kills off the bear, and there's no resummon. Bulldog is going to be without a bear for 1 whole minute, and that's going to be painful. He's going to try to soak up some experience in the middle lane, but it looks like he might be having to give up his tier 1 tower. The Illuminate at level 2, really doing the works. We've got another smoke up, by the way. Aki has got a Chen, a Centaur, and looking to go for blood for Koifa, as we still have the first blood on the board ready to take to be taken.
Radiant's top tower is
and
under
Koifa's going to be really careful there. I mean, the thing about a Centaur is,
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I mean, he's great with his stun, but normally you see something there that sets it up for him. Like, for in this case, it would be a shackle or a home missile. Because Mugulek, trouble for him. Wind runs will be able to get himself out of the tower. Not hitting on him just yet. Now it will go, and that is a first blood. Koifa on the hard lane, getting the first blood with just a bit of overextension from Smugulik. Centaur, I'm not sure what Aki thinks about gonna be doing now. They still want to take him. They want to try and take it back. This could be either a really big win or a really big mistake, as we see Loda already so much pain. But there comes, oh my god, the TP Spade pulls Loda on Aki. I think they might be in a lot of trouble. Loda's gonna get sent home. Aki will give his life, but at least he made sure that Loda was saved. The TPs. Not in time to save their teammate, but at least able to kill off at least one more. So 2 for 1 in favor of Mouz Sports.
Radiant's middle
and Loda, I can't believe he made it out alive. Okay, courtesy of Aki for sure, as Aki is gonna need, okay, he's not that low level, or high level just yet, so he's back up very fast. We'll be able to go back into the jungle. He had to give up his, he didn't have to give up his creep. Well, lucky bastard. Still has a Centaur who's killing off the range creep. Well, some gold for him as well, without really putting any effort to it in it. So you have got S4, he's got himself a level 6, so he's got himself the RP, as we do have Fada at level 7. So he has got that escape, so if he survives an RP with the damage that goes through, then he'll be out of there. So it's not really a too safe bet, unless no Tidehunter is going to be getting help, and that's going to be the case. S4 is going to be trying to want to go for an RP. Invisibility rune for Smogulik, maybe trying to get a free shackle in. But if you look at the positioning right now, it's very hard to get one in right now, so he's probably not going to be able to do it for now, unless he rotates a bit, but... Oh, this could be it, this could be it. Never mind, they just hit him. RP, shackle doesn't latch, the ball lightning's not going, Centaur stun was right in time. You saw the animation for Fada when he tried to go for it, but couldn't do it. And Aki picking up the kill. Koikfa and Alex not able to save their teammate this time. As, gonna be seeing Bulldog back with his bear. Well, almost bear dying again. You have to be really careful there with that one. But he is taking some ages. He's level 5. Compare that to Koikfa, who's also level 5. So far, quite even. Of course, apart from the kill on the death on the Nature's Prophet, I guess. But he is gonna be getting some experience here. He's level 6 right now. Wants to go for S4. Ball lightning in. Here comes a Vortex. 4 is first though. Vortex still there. And that's gonna be S4. Should be safe, and he's gonna be not hit by that. By the Nature's Prophet's ultimate. I'm not joking, I swear. There we go. It's gonna be a tier 1 tower that's gonna get a rest. Of course, there's already one tower down on the side of no Tidehunter on the bottom lane. And they now also take their own tower on the hard lane as well. But if this tower goes down, that would be one tower again up in favor of Mouz Sports. As we look at the gold graph, it's in favor of Mouz, but this is just a tower. I mean, this is really not that big of a difference. TPs are gonna come in though. S4. It's gonna not be in time to get the deny Aki getting Vortex. It might actually still drop. One hit away from dying. 19 HP. He's okay because Fada is out of mana, out of bottle charge. Never mind. One more bottle charge. One more hit will do the job. But the Shackle Storm. Was that worth it? Entangles are needed, Bulldog. Get your clovers out. You need to get that entangled. The ball lightning will be there again any second. Fada on the run. Will be running. Oh, there's the entangle. Here comes also a Centaur and a Shackle. Centaur not even needed. And that is going to be S4 picking up the kill. That's not worth giving your life for. 3 for 3. But they do get the tower. Oh, telekinesis. Open wounds. That is going to be S4 in trouble. He doesn't have his RP just yet for another 4 seconds. Illuminate will whiff. That is at least some lucky part. And S4, he still wants to go for the RP. Probably Shackle doesn't actually. Entangle does though. And that is going to be Black going down. With Loda also joining the fight for No Tide. That's going to be Carry killing off the other team's Carry. A big kill for No Tide Hunter, even though, you know, it's only 1 kill. But that's a big one for sure. And let's take a look at the network. It's still Black that is pulling up ahead. He indeed went for that Hand of Midas and he went for Power Treads as well. So Hand of Midas is still up. Okay, Fada really aggressive. S4 scores Fada towards the tower and gets an RP off. Needs a couple more hits. One more hit. There you go. That's where your aggression goes if you overextend. And that is going to be Alex very low, but he'll be able to run away past as well. Look at that. 2 supports trying to help out there. Carry. Well, solo mid I should say, but that is going to be Storm going down and the RP being used. But S4 alive. And kicking, and he's not died yet a single time, even though he's been pretty close a couple of times already. Been in 4 out of 5 kills, so doing really well for himself. He is gonna go for Mana Boots first, Bottle. Looks like he wants to go for some drums before going for his Blink Dagger, as we know actually from S4. I don't think that's gonna be the case in this case because it's gonna be Chen that picks up the mech, but S4 normally went for Mechanism first and then Blink Dagger. But at least this time he doesn't need to go for a Mechanism because he already has Aki that does that for him, even though he's not really farming that well, because Aki is actually 2 deaths of the 3 deaths that are done by Mouse Sports. So that is shutting him down a bit. And basically he died every time. Well, the times that he died, they got something in return for it. Of course, the second time, I mean, he dies first, you know? And that is gonna be him not getting extra experience and gold for the kills that happen, and that's gonna be painful. As that Hellbore is kind of sad. Oh, okay, he just got replaced. Cold-hearted Aki. Want to get a Centaur instead. Poor Hellbore Smasher. He's got feelings too, you know. And Loda continue to farm. He is still behind on Black, but that's because mostly because of the Hand of Midas. As Black is just continued that. I mean, Black died once. Loda, he actually didn't die yet. He's been in 2 kills so far, and one of those, of course, was on Black. But you know, Black considered the number 1-ish carry amongst other, like shared number 1, I guess, carry in Europe for a reason. Nature's Prophet TPing in. They want to take him down. Here comes the Sprout. Infest as well. Open wounds. Gold on Loda. Gonna do what he can. TPs are gonna come in as well, but he won't be able to keep himself alive. Or will he? He is on 14 HP. S4 to the rescue and quite fine. Interrupt with S4 still getting the last hit. With his home missile, it is gonna be more. There goes the RP. Hello, Fada once again. This is a feud going on. And power shot going through. Fada running for his life. It is gonna be Entangle that's needed. No, there's a Shackle instead. And then it's gonna be S4 getting a double kill, dominating right now. And by the way, of course, recently there was an interview with Fada done by Ghost of Gamers. You can check it out on ghostofgamers.net if you want to. And Fada was asked, like, you know, who's the hardest mid that you've ever been up against? Like, who is the one that you're gonna be losing to most likely? Or at least that wasn't the question like that, but you know what I mean. And he said, like, Denny is the hardest mid because his control's so good. But for him, the most interesting matchup was S4 because there was so much versatility, and sometimes S4 got the upper hand, sometimes Fada gets the upper hand. I think this is safe to say that S4 has the upper hand. The RPs have just been, every time, just purely for Fada, and he has been tasting that every single time. So he's gonna be a bit sad about that, but hey, he finds an interesting matchup, and it's good. Like, it's fun to see that. Oh, Loda. Is he gonna go for the courier or is he gonna go for Black? Courier's gonna hang around. He's gonna go for the courier. Here it comes. Here it comes. Come on. Oh, 1 hit. Boom!
Radiant's courier
So he saw the courier fly. which is quite interesting. He's going to be able to TP out because, I mean, there was a Radiant Ward up there. I mean, we saw it just disappeared. There was actually a ping coming out from Mouse Sports before the ward disappeared because they saw the gyro picking up that invis rune. So it's a bit reckless there, as we have got a bit of a pressure apparently on the top lane with Alex standing there as well as Fada, but they're not going to be able to do anything. Actually, Fada is going to TP mid to take the farm that's incoming right there. I mean, he needs that farm. We look at the net worth and we see that there is definitely a big difference between S4 and Fada. As S4 is actually highest for his team, even higher than Loda as a carry player. And that's because of those kills, of course. And the gold graph is not that convincing yet. 1,500. Of course, that's also because there's towers. 1 tower extra down in favor of Mouse Sports, and there is a no tide. And I guess the farm is maybe a bit. Nah, that's not true. Maybe a bit more evenly spread on no tide than it is on Mouse Sports, as of course Black. He's keeping Mouse Sports in the balance right now. He is farming real fast, but is he gonna be able to be big enough to take down Loda? That's the question. And not just that, but like he has to survive an RP. He has to survive an entangle and a shackle while he is RP'd and entangles, because his rage will run out at some point and then he will get shackled. And there's a lot of shutdown waiting for him. And then he has to just be able to survive that and then turn around and then eat everybody up. And of course there's his team as well, but his team is just not as big right now. And the question is he able to actually do that late game? We're gonna see it though, if the game lasts long enough. It is gonna be coming down mostly to the RPs that happen and just to captaining who is gonna be pulling ahead where, who's gonna be going in where. Are you gonna try to take that Roshan, or are you gonna let your opponent take it and maybe try to fight them afterwards or in the Roche pit? You know, those kind of decisions are all part of captaining basically. And if this game lasts long, basically every game that lasts long is gonna come down to that, and the hero composition of course makes a difference, but I think it makes more of a difference in the laning stages than anything else. Especially if you have Mouse Sports versus No Tide. I mean, two teams that are fairly evenly matched on paper. It's No Tide Hunter at this stage that should be pulling ahead slightly, but we know Mouse Sports, and they have when they have their good days, they have good days. They have amazing days. So. So far we're gonna still see if Mouse Sports can take it back, because so far the control's a bit in the hands of No Tide, and they seem to be okay with the way things are going. They seem to be okay with just having Loda continuing to farm, with of course Bulldog still farming. I mean, Bulldog, he has only been in 3 kills so far. We have I mean, he was in the jungle at that time, in the dire jungle when the fight broke out, so his entangles definitely helped out, but he hasn't really been shown that much aggression for himself. I mean, he's come to help his team, yeah, but that's about it. So No Tide Hunter not making any advantage to start pushing, advances to start pushing, and Mouse Sports just yet. And Mouse Sports, the one constantly looking for something. Black looking for farm though. But they have got this ganking strat, like they have got the Storm, and Storm needs that mid game. Mid game is his domain, but so far not showing it just yet. Got himself some treads. Gonna be trying to see if he can get the rune, and he can. Lucky him, as the Loda comes in too late. Loda was building towards a BKB, by the way, no real surprise for that one. And we might actually see Loda going, already building towards that the rapier at some point, but he does like to have that. Double damage rune, they're gonna go top. It's gonna be S4 that's actually gonna go down for the first time. Pushing top together with nobody actually. Was just, well, together with the Windrunner who went down as well. Wow. That is gonna be fast kills for Mouse Sports. And I mean, the mobility, that definitely shows. Buyback actually from the Magnus. They don't want to be giving up their tier 1 tower. Is the last tier 1 tower still standing? They have got the RP still, and they've got a Blink Dagger, so they want to try and make sure that doesn't happen. And it's actually Mouse Sports that is hesitant right now, even though they do have that double damage rune, but they don't have Black, and Black is gonna say, you know what? Good luck on the top lane, I just want to farm. He doesn't have a tier 1 tower to TP to, he doesn't have anybody to infest to come over. The only reason he could be there is because Alex would call him, and he is not going to be popping his spirit form right now. As Quickfire actually rotated to bottom instead, and they're going to try to take the tower, knowing that S4 just TP'd towards the top lane, knowing that he can't come towards the bottom lane. They should be able to freely, well, I say freely, to take this tower, even though of course there's also Loda and Smuggler that are still here. Black can help. We got Shackle hits up on Quakefa. Is there enough damage? Cooldown coming down as well. Rocket Barrage, that's a kill. The Loda picking it up in the meantime on the top lane, and RP up on 2. It is gonna be Pass that goes down first, and Fada will follow him in death, and that is gonna be 2 fights taken by No Tidehunter across the map, winning both. The question is, what are they gonna take in return for it? What is their prize? Are they gonna be able to take that tier 2 tower? That's something that they were trying to go for already. With the pushing power of Bulldog, who's actually joining them right now, maybe they feel like, okay, you know what, we're ready to be taking these fights, might as well. With only Alex hanging around here to try and do what he can with the Illuminate, of course, but it's gonna be too late for the tower. Tower will drop for sure. Illuminate will be only harassing, and he shouldn't get too close for the deny attempt. That would be his death. And of course, Aki using his Hand of God to survive, have his Centaurs survive. Important to have your army of Centaurs. Ball Lightning and Loda Vortex. Here comes Black as well. Open wounds. The TP is there for Loda though, and with the Vortex on cooldown, that's the only thing that can stop him. He was safe there, and Smogul like able to windward himself away after an attempt to shackle, but didn't latch and didn't even need to latch. Just the mini stun was able to do enough. Counterwards upon counterwards. There we go. Bulldog on the top lane. He's gonna be surprised. Well, not surprised because he saw them coming, but he's gonna be getting company as he dodges the Illuminate. But he should be fine. Tower is still on full HP, so they can't really push it with the 2 of them. And by the way, towers in this point are even, and the gold grab is 3k in favor of No Tide. Again, that's not a really big difference at all. The experience graph shows it a bit more clear, and that's of course the courtesy of the kills that are happening. No Tidehunter pulling ahead on 7,500 experience in their favor. And quite fun now with the Shadow Blade, so maybe gonna be able to split push a bit more, feeling a bit more safe so that he can actually get out. And that's of course one of their strengths. Just like we just saw, being all over the map. Although when we saw that happening, it was actually No Tidehunter that also initiated all over the map and was therefore not able to you know, split push because they all died. We have got Sanjay and Yasha on the gyrocopter. Now that's an item that we don't see any for every day. I figured he was gonna go for BKB. That would be a logical item for him to do. But Sanjay and Yasha going for extra speed, extra mobility, and I kind of like it. I'm not sure if I've seen it before. We have seen it on the heroes, of course, but it's kind of interesting. It just makes him so much more mobile. And I've talked about Mousesport's lineup, and you know their lineup is mobile and you know all over the map. And Loda, he's not all over the map, but he can now be super mobile and basically maybe catch up with the Storm Spirit at some point also if he's a bit out of mana. He's got an infested Lifestealer in him though, but is not going to go for anything spectacular apart from for creeps. But oh well. Pass in the meantime. 1400 gold up on him. He has only been in 2 out of the 5 kills. He's died twice, and he's trying to get some experience here in this middle lane. As I haven't really seen him steal some big things just yet. We're gonna see if he can still do that, because that's of course your reason you pick up the Rubik is because basically you have everything that your opponent team has, and sometimes even more. You of course got the telekinesis, which is definitely something. As you have Koikfa using a Shadow Blade to get away from the harassment from Bulldog. We probably got a lucky entangle there. And he TP'd home, dodging a bullet with the Shadow Blade. But yeah, I haven't really seen too much of him just yet, as Alex got himself the mechanism, so we'll definitely be able to help out in fights. And Koikfa back on the top lane, the Shadow Blade once again, this time before he gets an entangle, always nice. Has to be careful though, because if he gets entangled right now, his Shadow Blade is on cooldown, but because of that very fact, Bulldog thought like, okay, you know what, him popping the Shadow Blade might not be all too safe, he might have backup coming, so let's not just not risk it, and go for the Jungler instead. As we have got Mousesport's Fada. I mean, yeah, we know that he had a tough mid lane, but look at that inventory. He's not really, I mean, 21 minutes in, he's got himself treads, he's got himself 2 little talismans. I mean, it's nice, but it's not really something that you would be expecting from a Storm Spirit at this point in the game. You expect him to be dominating. You expect it, well, not in the sense of getting that many kills, but more like in the sense of like this stage of the game. This should be his, and right now it's not. We've got actually 5 heroes on the bottom lane for No Tidehunter.
Unseen, but not unseen.
And there's gonna be a tier 2 tower that's gonna be falling with that one. Nobody of Mousesport's only coming to take a look, nobody even caring. They want to take a tier 1 top in return, but No Tidehunter, their pushing power with that bear is quite immense. And there's gonna be at least one here to counter push, and it's got of course is the Keeper of Light. It's Alex able to help out there, and if it needed, he can call his teammates And like I said during the draft, everybody can be here very quickly with the mobility that they have. But look at the bear. That's a tower down. Gyro actually getting the last hit for that, so nice one for Loda as Illuminate still runs through the creeps, and they're still going to try to defend their tower. Won't be able to get a deny it anymore. One TP still left coming, but the rest of Mousesports already backed off. Fada hanging around with a double damage rune, but not going to be able to find anybody anymore. Everybody backs off, and Smoogul, who was wasted a TP to go to top, actually cancelled his TP to stick around with his teammates on the bottom lane. As we've got Koikfa, Hand of Midas. We already saw that of course, but he's used to it again. I mean, he is trying to catch up. In level-wise, he is not doing bad at all, and that's courtesy of the Hand of Midas for sure, as he has had a pretty tough top lane. But he is he's keeping up. He's second highest for his team, with of course Black highest. Who is surprised? I don't think anybody is. He's got a Desolator, by the way. We haven't really seen anything of him for a while. He's just been quietly farming, and that's of course the thing that you have to do as a carry. Make sure that you draw no attention to yourself. Make sure you're not overextending somewhere on the lane where you're easily gankable, and just take the farm that you can, and just at some point come out saying, you know, I'm ready and we're gonna win fights. And with a Desolator, that might be possible. And he is showing himself a bit more being in the middle lane like this. At the same time, and that entangle, if it hits on him, that's going to be so deadly. Of course he can eat himself full to the bear, but the bear's not going to hang around if the entangle is there, I think. It's going to be one of the centaurs down for Aki. Sorry. Sorry to hear, dude. But even with that, and with Mousesports knowing that no Tidehunter is hanging around the Roche pit, and therefore is going to go for Roche, they are still going to go for Roche. No Tidehunter, not afraid to take this. They want to fight. They have an RP. They have a cooldown, they have a Hand of God, they look solid. They have got the bear ready also, is gonna go for a Basher. Actually has got it just complete. Saw him with the Javelin earlier, but the Basher is ready, and that's again something against that Life Stealer. That's basically the only one that you really have to be thinking about shutting down right now, that Black. So far, getting that done. All that's missing is that team fight that no Tidehunter wants to have. And of course, the entire lane of towers in the mid lane is still standing for Mousesports. Very important towers, by the way. Not for gold or anything, just for teleport points and just for control of the map. Those mid lane towers have a lot of value for that one, especially also for the Roche, even though we just saw that it didn't make that much of a difference, apparently, because Roche still went quite convincingly to no Tide. But it is Mousesports that at least have got some TP point there, some kind of map potential, as Koikfa is going to be finding S4 here, or vice versa. It is going to be Dust that's popped already. Shackle interrupts TP, needs a tag, a kill. Everybody coming to help out. That was actually 5 heroes in the end on the side of where Nature Prophet was. Lucky for Mousesports, there was only a Nature Prophet there, otherwise it could have been way worse. As we did see Alex backing off, even though Alex not that big of a prize, but he is a counter pusher, and he is the one that's preventing no Tidehunter from taking more towers at the time. And we see no Tidehunter going mid lane though. Ooh, where's my camera going? And mid lane, of course, like I said, the towers, that's the thing that he still has. Illuminate gonna try to delay it. Looking for a way in, blinking, doesn't find anybody. You have to try if you want to take fights, you have to try, you have to jump yourselves into Black situations like that. Into the dark. Illuminate, concede the fight through tier 1 tower already down, they're just waiting for the next creep wave. So Home Missile still reveals where Alex is hiding out. And S4 waiting from the sideline, has got his blink dagger. Just needs to get a target, and so far doesn't really find them. Illuminate's gonna be again annoying for the creeps, but the back to protection is gone, and with those creeps even still there, and that is gonna be a tower still going down real fast. Bulldog picking it up. Smoogul having a 4-staff. And that's gonna be all that no Tidehunter wanted from that. 2 towers down, and they back off. Courier backs off as well. Happy times for everybody. And I think Aki probably wants to have some HP again on his creeps. Might actually be trying to use a Hand of God for that. He is probably going to go for an Aghanims just to be able to heal a bit more often, of course. I mean, if you are a team that wants to go for fights, then making sure that you can constantly try to go for fights, making sure that you don't have to back off even if you get harassed a bit, that would be nice. And the Hand of God having a 30-second cooldown would definitely help with that one. In the meantime, Black is going to be going for the next item. Might be going for an MKB. Of course, that's great against the Windrunner. Can't Windrun. Well, she can Windrun for sure, but she's she's not going to be able to dodge any hits then. And at the same time, you're already preparing for that butterfly that the gyrocopter is building, as we did see him picking up the eagle song. So butterfly already in advance countered is very, very helpful. Especially since Loda is going to be the one to be the carry for, is the carry for No Tide. I say that, and I realize that he is not the only one, because Bulldog in this game is definitely considered as a carry as well. And even S4, not really having the items of a carry, but he is also one to really kill off very early on. But that's all gonna come down to the rest of the team of Mouse Sports. Then you're gonna need to shut him down, and I don't mean by killing him off, even though that would be nice, but you like maybe getting an orchid up on the storm or something like that, or making sure that you just shut him down with a vortex or you know, stuff like that. Telekinesis is something stolen that Ruby can use against someone from No Tide, always useful, as he has got a power shot, so that's nice. A bit of extra counter push for Mouse Sports. But this is interesting, because now Mouse Sports is in a turtle situation. They are just trying to find farm and waiting for No Tide Hunter to come in, and hopefully for Mouse Sports they can profit from their mistakes. But if you look at the lineups, like, there's no real turtle lineup here. Like, both teams, if you look at late game, I wouldn't want to go up against No Tide Hunter in late game if I was Mouse Sports, but they don't really have an option.
One horn will do the damage of two.
Double damage showing up on S4. And Koifa gonna go for that semi-carry build, of course. Picked himself up the Maelstrom. I mean, that's some nice damage, and more importantly, that's again a bit of extra counter push. As No Tide again are gonna try to force the issue. Gonna be on the lane where there's no towers, because there's no outer towers anymore. So up the high ground is where they want to be, and that's the only place where they can be. But they're gonna have two lanes being pushed out in the meantime. With on the top lane, Koikfa pushing, and on the bottom lane it is Black still pushing. Telekinesis, Blinding Light, trying to stop the bear from going for the towers. There's no fortification though. Illuminate will fly through, not doing that much, and the pipe actually goes up. So Illuminate just doesn't do anything, and No Tide Hunter, they can just do this. Mouse Sports, they don't have an answer for this. Black is finally back inside his base, but he can't do anything yet either, with Koikfa still hanging around on the top lane, getting a tier 2 tower, but he lost a Rex for that. Ball lightning in, Fada looking for an opening, gonna not be able to, oh, well, yeah, you know. That's gonna be him, he's getting an entangle, getting out of mana, Black coming in, they at least gonna take the bear. Well, that's something that you should be really proud about. Aki is gonna be sad that he let one of his creeps die, 2 of his creeps die. He's gonna be away with one of the centaurs. I hope that this is one of the centaurs that he started off with, otherwise we'll be having very sad centaurs in the forest. Someone's taking all their friends away. But yeah, all the tier 2 towers from No Tide are now gone as well. I mean, the split push potential from Mouse Sports is definitely there. The only trouble is the pushing power of No Tide Hunter. I mean, if you're gonna be, imagine 5 versus 5 own push somewhere. I think No Tide Hunter would actually, even with the wow, with the pushing power of Mouse Sports, if No Tide Hunter would be getting ahead purely because of that bear and the centaurs from Aki as well, if he's gonna get more. I mean, the pushing power of No Tide is not something that you should be underestimating, because I think their push might actually be stronger than Mouse Sports one. So split push wise, it's okay to split push, but you have to make sure you don't lose anything in return, because if you're gonna be both pushing, No Tide Hunter is gonna be the one to be pulling up ahead for you, because you only have your pushing hero is Quickfire. That's it. Four minutes until Roshan is back up. Because we still have Storm. What's he gonna be building with that one? Sheepstick wouldn't be too bad. Shut down Loda at some point, but it's not just Loda though. And that's actually no butterfly. He actually went for an ethereal blade, and that item is great to shut down that. Whoa, wait a second. Shockwave stolen, blink forward, and that's an ethereal blade. There we go. That's a kill, and that is gonna be a Fada from the map for a while. But ethereal blade is great to shut down Lifestealer. Like, if you're worried that Black is gonna carry at some point, and Shackle doesn't latch, gets dodged by a rage. Look at the damage that he takes. It's so insane. Open Wound's gonna try to slow Loda down a bit, but the Force Staff is still there, and Black actually, he might be going down here, and that would be huge. And Tangle, no, a bash on the first hit. Well, if you can't get an entangle, then maybe a bash will do the job, and that is gonna be opening for No Tide to push. They don't have any lanes pushed out though, but it looks like they want to go anyway. Backdoor protection or not, here they come. They don't care about backdoor, they have the farm. Fortification goes up, but that will just give them time to clear out the creep wave and then just go on the tower again. It wasn't even healed up back in the time that the fortification was there. Blinding Light gonna be able to buy some time as well, but the tower is doomed. In the meantime, Quickfire is pushing on the top lane. Might be able to do some damage there, but not as much damage as No Tidehunter is doing in his own base. He might be able to pick up a tier 3, but the difference is insane in pushing tower. And there goes another set of racks as the Vortex hits upon Aki, who came in from the wrong side. Mechanism at 4 stuff still has a Hand of God as well. There we go. And will be able to get himself out of there. Doesn't get chased down either. As we have Magnus coming in towards his base. Picks off the Nature's Prophet Quickfire getting an RP in the face by S4. And S4, well, you know, they lost a tier 3, but at least they got a set of racks in return. So their creep wave on that side is always going to be stronger than Mousesport's creep wave, even though of course it's going to be turned around if Quickfire next time actually takes down the barracks as well. But like I said, you can't go for a push-in battle with no Tidehunter. It's just not possible. And yeah, Ethereal Blade for black. If you're gonna be like, because I was saying this and then the fight happened and stuff. If you're gonna be worried that black will be able to attack your team and just kill them off, then at least you now have got the Ethereal Blade to make sure that he can't attack. And you know, you might have enough spell damage to take him down. I'm not sure that's really true, but at least you can slow him down. You can pick up his supports first before going for him or something like that. And apparently when he's on the run, not able to run fast enough. And that's Sanjin Yasha really helping out for that one. I mean, he was able to keep up with black when he was raged. That's the Sanjin Yasha doing the job. And there, finally, there Eagle Song for the butterfly. So the Basher is actually ready up on the Lifestealer, so no MKB yet. He still has a Demon's Edge in his. We saw the Basher already, but he has a Demon's Edge still in the bank, as we have got Fada infested. It's gonna be Roshan that he has to jump in for if he wants to go for a kill there. I think he knows that that's going on. Or gonna go for Loda instead. Gets turned into a piglet, and that's gonna be a 4-stop trying to help him. He's still alive for now. Gets a cooldown, but goes down anyway. And there goes the buyback. Black gonna get an entangle. Gonna try to eat him up on S4 as S4 is taking a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. Because Black took more damage basically, and that is gonna be 1-for-1 trade. Loda for Black. Black doesn't buy back. He can though, but it's not worth it for him, and Loda comes in to still be able to take the Aegis as it's being left for him. And that is again, I mean, no Tidehunter, they're just gonna go bottom. This is gonna be their margin of error that they can have, even though they probably would have been able to do it anyway. They're gonna be just pushing bottom. Last set of racks, last tier 3 tower. Mousesports, how can they prepare for this incoming siege, if you can call it a siege? Is the Rampage, Stampede, you name it. How can they prepare for that? Scythe of Vices upon the Nature's Prophet. Scythe of Vice on the Storm Spit was already ready, we saw that in the previous fight. Do you have enough damage to go through when it happens? And Lifestealer is back up again in 13 seconds, that will help out, but no Tidehunter. I don't think they're gonna wait for him to be back up. I mean, they went through backdoor protection before, and they know that there's no fortification. Now, Blinding Light's again gonna buy some time, but still, it's not gonna be buying him that much time. Illuminate will continue to fight through. Chen creeps actually, well, what? Oh, both dropping already. Bear is taking a lot of damage. Infest out. Loda trouble, but here comes the RP. It's upon 2. Hand of God going through his guns. Loda still has some trouble with Fada on the back end and goes down, but he has an Aegis. As we do see Quickfire going down, Fada going down, and everybody back up alive for no Tidehunter, apart from the bear who got picked up by the Rubik at the back end. Well, one of these puddles of blood is actually his. But Black also back to base because he couldn't do anything anymore. With the bear gone, the pushing power of no Tidehunter definitely a bit diminished, but as you can see, Loda, I don't think he cares. Backdoor protection or not, he can also hit very fast. Has got the butterfly ready and will be able to now hit without backdoor protection. As they're gonna go for Black, there he goes. Ethereal Blade doing the job there. And the GG well played goes out. They know that they can't fight anymore, and they definitely can't fight against Mega Creeps. May I remind you though that this is the best out of 3. This is only game number 1. And we'll be seeing if Mousesports can force out a game number 3 as no Tidehunter takes the first. This is a loser's bracket match, so the loser of this one will be out of the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League, while the winner will be going on to the next round in the loser's bracket. So what we're gonna have come up next is the next couple of games, so maybe one or two for Mouse Sports versus No Tidehunter. After that, we're gonna have Empire versus Dignitas for the winners bracket of the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And we're gonna be seeing which one of those is gonna be dropping down to the losers bracket and which one is gonna be going to the winners bracket finals up against Virtus Pro.
Ancient dire victory.
But first, Mouse Sports versus No Tidehunter. Game number 2 coming up. If you want to support me, you can do so by following me on twitter.com/SheeverGaming. I also have a youtube.com/SheeverGaming. But most importantly, I have a website, SheeverGaming.com, where you can find wow, where you can find all the matches of today and tomorrow and who cast what, and as well as all the VODs of all the games, not just the games that I cast. Every single VOD that is out there is in there. Well, since I started the site, I guess. Anyways, let's jump ourselves over to game number 2. Don't go anywhere. Another good match, hopefully gonna come up, and Mouse Sports may be able to take a game to their name to force out a game 3. We'll find out all that in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.